A really important thing that you guys should probably know is the way that you have your lines set up by default, whether it's because of EA or it's because those are the actual lines in the real NHL. They're not the most optimal lines that you can have. What we're looking at here is Tyler Seguin being a center, and universally, people like to move him to the wing because he has low face-off stats compared to someone like Jared Stahl. In another case with the San Jose Sharks here, you'll notice the right wing and the left wing, Pavelski and Marleau, their face-off stats are higher than all the centers. So in this case, you could do something different the other way around and move them to the center so that they can take the face-offs. You should take note of all of your players' stats and shift them around accordingly. So now we're going to get into the other part of editing your lines, and that is for these one-timers. These one-timers are very special in NHL 17. Like last year, people didn't care all too much about how to do these one-timers. But if you notice in this clip right here, I moved my right defenseman to the left, so that my left defenseman will go to the right, and he's a lefty. I want to pass it to the right, to the lefty, so he can take that one-timer. So now here's what ends up happening if you don't end up moving your players around so that you can have the optimal one-timer. Off this face-off here, I'm going to win it to the bottom right, and I'm going to pass it to the left. And normally I would just be able to take the one-timer, shoot top right, but in this case I have to pass it and then kind of have to set it up. And it's a little bit harder to get that shot off. It takes a little longer, you're prone to getting poke checked. So now in this offline game mode here, or even in versus, what you can do is you can edit your lines and move people around. Move the left defenseman, switch them up with the right defenseman. You can play around with your wingers in the same format. Not really left wing and right wing, but lefties and righties, just so you can get a better feel on the one-timers if you want that to be the case. But I don't think you need those optimal one-timers right in front of the net, because your guys are able to shoot just as well no matter how they get the one-timer. Or in some cases, like the Detroit Red Wings, who have 5 lefties and 1 righty, you can go into the reserves, the scratched players, and you can grab another righty so you can put him on left defense. Even though Luke Glendenning's a winger, I ended up putting him on defense just so I can get that optimal one-timer with him going. You got to remember as well that there is no such thing as chemistry in NHL 17. In NHL 16, it made a bit of a difference where your players, if they weren't very comfortable playing with each other, the passes might be a little weird, or they might be caught out of position too many times. This year, you can have forwards in the defenseman position, defensemen in the forward positions, left wingers on the right side, right wingers on the left side, centers as goalie. No, you can't do that one. But maybe in the future, you can have players as goalies and goalies as players. Same idea can be applied to Hockey Ultimate Team. You'll notice my right defensemen are on the left side, my left defensemen are on the right side, so I can always get those optimal one-timers. You can even do it in EASHL if you'd like. Come up with something with your friends and teammates so that you can set those up a lot easier. And they even work off the face-off too. Off the face-off you can get those one-timers to the inside. Finally, this might be a little glitch, but I noticed all the right defensemen say they shoot right and all the left defensemen shoot left. I don't think that's how it always turns out in the game, so make sure that you play with your lines first so that you know who's a lefty, who's a righty, and then switch them up after the game.